You are Locked On Mavericks POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Dallas, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, here we go, and welcome to another edition of the Mavs Locked On POSTCAST as the Mavs wipe out the Wiz and dominate in the district by the final tonight of 137-101. Welcome into the Locked On Mavericks POSTCAST, your home for the very best Dallas Mavericks coverage. I am Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Dallas, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Mavericks podcast feed as well. And a great job there by Nick Anstead and the crew. Isaac, slightly biased. They are with you every day. They'll be on a little bit later on as well. And don't forget, you can start the season with a big return on FanDuel. New customers can place a $5 bet and you'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. And coming up on the episode here right now, we are live, we are local, we are late breaking. We will get into the Elite Eight, the 8 Mavs that scored in double figures. What about DG back in DC? The return of Daniel Gafford. We'll talk about that. Great to see him return and have a nice night on the floor. And the streaks continue for the Mavs, and why I think, and we'll talk about it, but why I think this was actually maybe more of an impressive win than I thought it would be, and maybe that you would realize because the Wiz are so bad and it's such a bad team. But there was actually, I think, an upside to this win tonight for the Mavs and how they were able to get it done. But hey, thank you for joining in. We've got the comment section over there. We're going to hit up that coming up in a little bit as well. Love your input. We are live. We want to interact with you. We want to make you part of the show. Again, we are on after every Mavs. This is post. We are live. This is in addition to the great work that Nick does on the Locked On Mavericks podcast. This is a postcast. And again, it's just all part of the great coverage, your team every day on Locked On. So thank you for being with me. And what a win tonight for the Mavs. More importantly, I'm not going to get into the NBA schedule again. I think I did a pretty good job of spelling that out the other night and just how crazy it's been. I mean, the Mavs have literally had 4 one-game homestands like over the last month or just about the last month. This is not a whine or a complaint. I've never seen that before. I've heard of short homestands or even one game, but to have four one-game homestands, I've never in my 30 plus years, almost 35 years of covering the league, never ever seen that happen before. So with that said, hey, you know what? It is what it is. And these guys are warriors and they know what they got to do. And there were so many little things, one thing you never want to see your team become, or if you have a team that's good, there are stretches over the course of the season where, and I've said this before throughout my career, that because of the schedule, because of just the emotions, and once the season gets in full swing like it is right now, you have very little practice time, right? You have you're just like, you're in survival mode and you just try to keep everybody as fresh as possible for game nights. And there are going to be nights when it's just not there. I mean, we saw that the other night, and I don't know about you, but I'm still buzzing off that comeback win the other night against the Grizz. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, how sweet was that? I mean, that was just a great win and a great finish. And just, man, how can you not love the way that this team plays and how this team competes, the way that they came back and won that game? So with that said, so my point is that when you start getting to this this time of the year when you got everything going on. I wasn't worried that this was going to be a trap game. I guess what I'm trying to say, I don't want the Mavs to be one of those teams that plays down to their competition. No matter what sport it is, that's like the worst. You hate it when, your team plays down and just doesn't take care of business. And we didn't see that tonight. We haven't seen that. I mean, this Mavs team has fought hard and has competed every night, every game. I mean, they bring it, and this group, and you got so many guys that are trying to establish their roles and get minutes and just be a part of this group and be a part of this winning and the success. So they don't let up, and Jason Kidd and the coaching staff, I think, do a good job with that. But it was really good to see. As bad as this Wizards team is, they have now dropped 16 in a row. Yeah, they have some injuries. I'm sure, they're not in a hurry. If they can tank and try to get a superstar player in the draft, they won't complain about that. But they're bad, and it was good to see the Mavs come in, take care of business, finish the first half. Great to see Kyrie go on that little 9-0 run. I mean, I think the other night, Kyrie made some plays down the stretch, but fair to say that was probably individually just his worst game of the season the other night. And he was trying, it just was not there. I don't know if he was just, the tank was a little empty. Maybe his shoulder was sore, but good to see him come right back and bounce back the way that he did tonight with 25 points, had 3 threes, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And not only did he finish with 9 points to end the first half, you're thinking, okay, what are the Mavs going to do coming out of the locker room? And same thing. They came out, dominated the third quarter, ended up winning that third quarter 34-27, never let their foot off the gas, and it was perfect. Going into the fourth, Jason Kidd was able to pull all the big minute guys, and it worked out. So that was very good effort, though. Very professional. They went in, handled their business, took care of business, got the W, got it done. No, don't play games. Don't let any bad vibes or any negativity creep in. This team is rolling right now. 6 wins in a row for the Mavs, 10 of 11, and they are balling right now, and they're really, really coming together every game. They're getting better and better, and again, we're just starting to have everybody recover from the illness and the upper respiratory issues. So very, very good. This is going to be a good rest of the month. And I think turning into the new year, I think there's going to be a lot of things to be excited about, and a lot of big games that we can look forward to coming up in 2025. And of course, as we say every show, the goal is not to make the playoffs, not to get back to the finals. The goal is to get back and win the championship again. And I think this team has without a doubt has the opportunity to do that. So really happy with the way that they took care of business tonight. 8 players in double figures. Everybody got involved. My only little thing, I hope Jaden Hardy's okay. I hope it was nothing serious with his leg or whatever the issue was. I hope he's okay and it's nothing serious. I know he's been working hard. He's had some kind of up and down moments, and I know he's trying to find a spot and a little role with this group. And I like his game. I do. I like the way that he plays and competes, and I hope that he'll be okay. We're going to get more into Daniel Gafford coming up in our second segment, but love the fact that Kyrie was able to lead the way. Luka Doncic probably had the quietest triple-double of his career, 21, 10, and 10, just very professional, very businesslike, got it done, didn't waste time, knocked down 3 threes. How many guys had double more than 1 3? PJ had 2 threes, Kyrie had 3, Luka with 3, Clay with 3. Markieff Morris knocked one down. We had a Markieff sighting, 8 minutes tonight for Morris. Good for him. Omax didn't have a three. Wait a minute. Yeah, Omax, no, he didn't have a three. He missed his three. Spencer Dinwiddie had 4, and Quentin Grimes had a couple of threes as well, as did Jaden Hardy before he went down. All right, when we come back, what about Daniel Gafford and his return? Also, we're going to get into the comment section, and we'll talk about this win tonight. I want to get your thoughts. 137 to 101. The Mavs get it done in D.C. They'll get a nice day off tomorrow, play Saturday night in Toronto, and then they got a couple days off to get ready for the knockout game in OKC. Another matchup. I thought that win in OKC last month was one of the better wins of the season. Great game, great win, and can't wait to see the Mavs go for it and try to get 2 in a row. This is the Locked On Mavs postcast. All right, well, we've all been there, right? You get into the holiday season and you end up spending more than you should. Maybe you have to borrow from your savings, or you increase debt for holiday expenses, right? Well, do you remember holidays that took a while to recover from financially? That's no fun when you get into the year, right? Well, you have the opportunity to take control of your finances by using a Chime checking account with features like no monthly or maintenance fees, fee-free overdraft of up to $200, or getting paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit. Now you can enjoy the holidays while keeping your financial goals on track with Chime. Open your account in 2 minutes at chime.com/NBA. That's chime.com/NBA. Chime feels like progress. And again, banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank NA or Stride Bank NA, members FDIC. Spot Me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Direct deposit timing depends on submission of payment file. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in Spot Me and are subject to monthly limits. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs and for OTC withdrawals. Learn more at chime.com. All right, welcome back to the Locked On Mavs postcast. My name is Jeff Biggs. Thanks for being with us after the Mavs dominated in D.C. tonight, 137 to 101. Kyrie bounces back with a team-high 25 points. Luka, a triple-double. And what about Daniel Gafford and his return? I did not realize that I heard this on the TV broadcast, just hit his 50th game with the Mavs after coming over last season. And tell you what, I like the way that he plays, and I love the way that Derek Lively plays. I mean, the fact that they have both of those guys on the roster. I mean, how sweet is that? How many teams would love to have maybe just one good big man, let alone two, the way that the Mavs have? And they're big, they're athletic, they're energetic. There's no issue. They compete. They bring it every single night. They do a lot of the dirty work. Daniel Gafford tonight ended up with 16 points, seven rebounds, and ended up playing 19 minutes in his return, 6 of 9. I mean, his field goal percentage is like over 75%, Daniel Gafford. And, the switch with Derek Lively, and now Derek is starting and Gafford is not. I thought that went seamless, went really well. There were no issues there. I think maybe, the only little nitpick thing, and it's really, I'm saying it tongue in cheek, is Derek didn't get in double figures. He ended up with 11 rebounds, but not. He only had 6 points. But they didn't need his points. They didn't need the offense. He had that monster dunk in the second half. That was, to me, that's worth double digits right there with that play. All right, let's check out the comments. Let's say hello. Who do we got? All right, we got our man Daniel. He's back. Daniel, thanks for checking in, and Joshua King as well. Ryan is checking in as well. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I'm not just saying that sincerely. Uh, Josh was asking about Clay, and I think Clay is still kind of getting used to this unit and playing with these guys, and that's not to make an excuse. I mean, he's had some misses, and look, he's 13 years into the league, so he's not early in his prime, Clay. But I I I believe with all my heart, with all my sincerity, that he is going to be a big factor and a big contributor to this team, to this group, before the season ends. I could be wrong, and if I am, you can call me out on it after the season and say I was completely wrong. But I think he is going to have an impact. I think he's going to have some big minutes, some big shots come crunch time and come playoff time, and there's going to be a real appreciation for him coming to the team. I believe that. Little side note, and I'll try. I pick my spots. Sometimes I like to talk about the game and the team, but sometimes I like to kind of go off a little bit. Like tonight's kind of a night where, after the game we had the other night, tonight's kind of a night that you can get a little personal. So a little bit of my personal background. I started covering the NBA in the late 80s. Was really, really blessed to get started at a young age, and got to cover the Showtime Lakers. And then I got to travel as a beat reporter with the Shaq Kobe Lakers. Flew on the team plane, traveled with them, the whole thing. But long story short, Clay's dad, Michael Thompson, has been a good friend and a colleague of mine for decades now, for over 20 years. I consider him a really, really good friend. And it's weird because, I covered him as a player. I was a young buck, and Michael was still with the Showtime Lakers. I remember that when they got him, and now, we talk about Clay, and I don't feel like I feel like I'm still the same guy, the young buck that was covering that team, and I'm still the same guy. But now he's, of course, Clay and Trace and the whole family. So I have a special fondness for Clay, and I really believe he's going to have a great impact on this team when all is said and done. Good to see him too. I mean, tonight, 20 minutes, knocked down 3 threes, did his thing, finished with 11 points. That's okay. He'll get it going though, but these guys just keep shooting. And hey, tonight, 20 of 38 from beyond 3-point line. That's good. You'll take that. They went to the line 27 times again, so they're doing a good job by not just settling and taking long distance threes, but they're moving the ball and they're trying to attack inside out as well, which is a good sign. You don't want to just settle and become three dependent. Very, very good. And overall, they shot 53%, 48 of 89. So very good night. Rebounding 58 to 38. That's big time glass domination for this group. So props to them. I like the fact too that Jason Kidd was able to really clear the bench. I wasn't sure when that was going to happen, but he did it like the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter, and it was good to see everybody get in there and good to see the Mavs get a win, take care of business with this crazy schedule. And like I said, great opportunity now, get a day off, play a Saturday night game in Toronto, and then get ready for a huge game Tuesday night, the knockout cup game in OKC. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about the streak, get to more of your comments, and talk a little bit more about this win tonight and some of the other highlights of this game. Again, 137 to 101, the final score. 8 Mavs get into double figures as the Mavs extend their winning streak to 6 in a row, 10 of 11. And very quietly, you're not hearing a lot about them. Some other teams are getting a lot of pub, but very quietly, the Mavs are building and building and building, and just every game getting better and better and better. And that's what you want. That's the goal. That's the goal, to just keep building and keep building, stay healthy, keep building, and get ready for the postseason run. And they're doing a great job of that. We'll be right back. All right, we know what time of the year it is, and it's time to get ready to tackle the NFL, right, with FanDuel. And you can get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Now, the FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Never waste a hunch and make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. All right, welcome back to the Locked On Mavs postcast. My name is Jeff Biggs. Thanks for hanging out with me here after the game tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. 137 to 101. Ryan checked in about Najee. Can't wait for Najee to come back. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for him to miss the time, what is it, 2 games, 3 games now? Or I think he played part of the Utah game. For him to be out, I mean, that means he got it bad. And I don't know about you. It's some of these respiratory viruses. It's like, it's not even the symptoms. It's not even like, it's not coughing or sneezing, or it's just, you feel like garbage. I mean, you have no energy and you're just sick, and it's the worst. And there's really, I know they get antibiotics and different things, but even those they really don't work. You just got to rest and sleep it off. And thankfully, I mean, these guys are in such phenomenal shape. They heal up pretty quick. So he's day to day. I think that's what Jason Kidd said before the game tonight. And so hopefully he'll be ready. He'll be ready for maybe the Toronto game. And if not, if he's still not, hey, you know what? No rush. But maybe I think there's a good chance we'll see him play Saturday night in Toronto. And again, it'll be all hands on deck. I can't wait. I can't wait for that rematch, because, hey, look, OKC, you don't need to hype that matchup anyway. But we know how good they are, and usually how well they play at home, and the fact that the Mavs beat them there last month. I mean, there's no surprise. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be amped up. I'm sure they're going to hit a lot of shots early and get some big threes, and the crowd's going to go nuts. So it's going to be a nice little road road tilt Tuesday night in OKC. I can't wait for that game. Max checked in. Max Wilson. Thanks, Max. Clay is for sure the flex spot for closing minutes, even if he returns to his regular season form. Mavs have a ton of options depending on what they want to do. Najee, Spence, Clay, or even Maxey. Really deep team. Yeah, I agree. And you know what? This team, the way that they're playing with each other and the way that they're getting used to each other, Jason Kidd will be able to use that depth, and he'll be able to use guys, and you know what? He'll know who's going, who's got the hot hand, who's playing well. And the way and Spencer Dinwiddie to me is just, I think, not only a great example for what he's doing personally, but I think a great example of leadership, right? I mean, we know about the leadership that Luka brings, right? And we know about the leadership that Kyrie brings, right? But think of it this way. Think about it if you're one of those guys on the bench, or one of the guys that's just kind of trying to find your spot, trying to figure out what your role is going to be, and you see Spencer Dinwiddie. He's a vet, right? But certainly he's not Kyrie, he's not Luka, but he's a vet. He's been around, right? And has that bad game in Miami and didn't go well, and you can watch. I mean, you talk about a great example of a guy that didn't go down, didn't mope, didn't collapse. I mean, just the opposite. He's been fighting and fighting and fighting and shooting and shooting and trying to take advantage of every opportunity that he has when he's on the floor. And look, I mean, he's hit some. I mean, over the last few games, he's hit some big time buckets. I mean, he's hit some big shots. And that I mean, we know, like I said, we know about Luka, we know about Kyrie and what they do, but for him, for him to lead by that, man, I mean, that's that the guys on the team pick that up. They feed off that. They get that. They understand, and that's it's real easy. Anybody can be negative. Anybody can. It's easy to go down that road, but to go the other way and to be not just positive. Positive, that sounds so simple. I don't mean it positive, but just to keep fighting, to keep grinding, and to keep trying to do better, and to just keep bringing it. I think that's just a whole. That's just kind of the whole vibe with this group and with the chemistry that they have on this team. Is just that they all feel it. There's no selfishness. There's no, like another example, like we talk about, okay, they win tonight, 137-101, 8 players in double figures. Okay, that's great. But you peel that back a little bit more, right? And you can see that even in an ugly game, blowout win like tonight, right? They still found a way to kind of get everybody involved, right? Again, you didn't see somebody try to be a ball hog. You didn't see somebody try to just play hero ball, or just try to have their own kind of career night, right? Sometimes you see guys and they're feeling it and they just get kind of cocky and they get kind of self-absorbed. No, this group, they just focus on the team, and they play within that. And what comes out of it is like a night like tonight, where everybody's involved. Everybody gets to be a part of it. Everybody shares, and you blink, and all of a sudden you win by 36 points. That's good. I mean, that you can't say enough about that. So I like the way this team is playing right now. Can't wait to have everybody back. Hopefully Najee will be back. Hopefully Jaden is okay and there's nothing serious there. Love Quentin Grimes, what he's bringing every game. I still don't feel like he's 100. I mean, he's comfortable with his game, but he's still kind of, I feel like we still haven't completely solidified his niche, when he's going to play and what the minutes are going to be. So I'm excited to see how that plays out for sure. PJ has just been, I love watching him grow, just like with Lively. I love watching them just grow and get better and get more confidence and just improve every game. It's fun to watch, man. And I tell you this, and I mean this sincerely, if you're a fan of the team and you like watching this team play, man, enjoy it, while don't take it for granted. Enjoy this process, enjoy this season, enjoy these games, enjoy the run. Look at, imagine being a Wizards fan or some of these other teams. I mean, it's just brutal. So this is just it's just a great group, and they're really, really fun to watch. And so with that said, I'm excited for Saturday night. Nice to see the Mavs get a little bit of a kind of a breather again, get a day off tomorrow, get a couple of days off before Tuesday night. And even if they win Tuesday night they'll have a little bit of a breather before they go to Vegas, which I'm expecting them to do. And so this is good. I mean, they've played a lot of basketball the last few weeks, a lot of games, a lot of sickness and injuries and a lot of stuff. And hopefully this is a chance. Road trips are always good, for teams to kind of come together and gel and do some things. Not that this team had an issue with chemistry anyway, but this will just help. And again, I can't wait for Tuesday. All right, I'm pretty sure, Nick Angstad and the crew, they're going to be doing their thing. But thank you for joining me for this. These are live postcasts. Appreciate you guys all checking in. Hope you'll continue to hang out after the games. I appreciate it very much. Love talking with you and love your comments and your input. Want to keep that going. Tonight, I wasn't sure this was actually a bigger blowout than I thought. As the game was going on, I thought, okay, can they just keep it above 20? I just selfishly, I wanted them to keep it above 20, but to win by 36, and let everybody basically take the fourth quarter off. That's good. I'll take that for sure tonight. We've got Edison in there too. Hey, Edison, thank you for jumping in, man. We are done, but I appreciate you guys. Have a great Friday night heading into the weekend. Enjoy this win tonight. The streak continues, and look forward to a good weekend on Saturday and Tuesday night in OKC. This has been the Locked On Mavs post show on the Locked On Mavs podcast and post network.